Welcome back, I'm Tedward. Welcome to the Larz Auto Museum here in Brookline, Massachusetts, and welcome to this beautiful 2024 Porsche 911 Carrera. But not just any 911 Carrera, this could be your 911 Carrera, because the Larz Auto Museum is raising money and giving this car away. And when you enter to win this beautiful 911, before November 13th, you'll also get a bonus entry that will put you in the running to win a trip to the Porsche Experience Center in Atlanta, Georgia, which I've been to. It's fantastic. They'll fly you down on Delta. They'll put you up in that Kimpton hotel overlooking the handling circuit, and you'll get to drive gorgeous Porsches on varying services and situations. It's a really good time, and their instructors are fantastic. It's like summer camp for adults, and you get to go drift Porsches. It's the best. So the other thing I'm going to say is that, sure, maybe you won't win this car. Maybe you'll enter and you won't win, but you do win because proceeds is fundraising for the museum. This place is an institution in the Boston area, and we want to keep the Larz Auto Museum alive and well. They put on some of the best events all year round, the best cars and coffees, the best lawn events. And there's always a great story inside with new exhibits and heritage things, because this is the oldest private collection in America. There's some great stuff in the basement. It's always a treat. If you're coming to visit Boston, or if you're a local, stop by, check it out, or hell, get married here, because they do weddings here. I've been to some killer weddings right here on this lawn. But let's take a look at what could be your next 911. Now, I love the Carrera because the base Carrera doesn't get enough love. This is probably the purest form of the sports car as a 911. It's a rear engine, 3-liter twin turbo. It makes 379 horsepower. It's transferred only to the rear wheels. This is not a 4S or a Ford. This is a base 2-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive Carrera. This is motoring. It's highly spec'd. Now, Porsches have gotten unobtainium. They're starting to get very expensive. In fact, a GT3 now costs $222,000 as a base price. About 2 months ago, I was driving a Carrera GTS Cabriolet that had a base price with no options at $178,000. I checked the website today. I think it's $189,000 now. Prices are going up fast. And this was over $100,000 as a base price, but this is heavily optioned. This one originally cost $148,000 for a base Carrera, which you may scoff at if you had to pay that price, but you won't have to pay that price because you would be winning it. That's pretty darn cool. And before I see the comments, well, you're going to have to pay the taxes. Don't worry, they're going to give you a boatload of cash to go with the car. So once you've paid all your taxes, you should be free and clear, and maybe have some extra to go and take some holiday time with your 911 and go out to the mountains, stay in some hotels. Now, it is becoming stick season very soon. All these leaves are going to be off the trees, and the best thing about a 911 is you slap a set of snow tires on it, and it's a winter daily if you'd like, and it'll be a slidey fun one. But if this is going to be your garage queen baby, that'll do the trick too, because this car is sleek and gorgeous. I like it a lot. Interior, fairly simple. We've got black leather, nothing crazy, but you do have heated and ventilated seats. So that's what I'm saying. You're going to be fine in the winter if you do it. And this being a 992.1, well, that's a good thing these days, because you get a proper tachometer. We like that. And no start-stop button as you're getting in the newer models. You get this little key guy. So we like that as well. Let's get it started up, and I'll show you the spec sheet and tell you more about it. This is so good. I really do love that these had proper tachometers. Oh, it's so good. This one also has the sport exhaust. So I'm going to read off this list because Porsche spec sheets are too hard to memorize. It originally started at $114,400. The premium package adds $5,300. That's what gets you the ventilated seats, the Bose surround sound system, the Porsche dynamic light system, power folding exterior mirrors, lane change assist, surround view, and ambient lighting. That's going to give you puddle lights as well, I think. Other heavy hitters on this list: sport chrono package, sport exhaust system with the tailpipes in silver. I think this car is also gorgeous in gentian blue, but I've heard people calling it gentian blue. I don't know what's correct anymore. I got to call my buddy over at PTSRS Willie and see what he says, but I'm sure you'll let me know shamelessly in the comment section. But these wheels, these exclusive wheels, are also paint matched, which I think this looks pretty darn cool. I don't know that that's always the move, but that looks really neat. But they will nickel and dime you for everything on a 911. In fact, adaptive cruise control and active lane keep assist is a $3,000 option in Porsche land circa 2024 on a base Carrera, which is kind of wild because that is standard equipment on my Honda Civic. Around back, we can hear this sport exhaust, and unfortunately, you're never going to see anything under here on a 911 anymore. You used to be able to look under the hood and see an engine. Now, you get this little flap. You can put oil in it, you can put coolant in it, but you just see the 2 little fans with the 3-liter down here. So, nothing crazy to look at there, but hey, I just noticed there's gentian blue on these little slats as well. Very cool. And one of the best things about these cars is storage. You've got rear seats. You're not going to want to put anyone back there unless they're very, very small. You can always fold those down as a partial shelf, so that's great for road tripping. But up front, 911s are outrageously practical. This is good stuff if I can find a little thing. There we go. Look at this. Tons of deep space to put your bags, soft bags, hard bags, whatever. I fit so much stuff. Sometimes I travel and I don't even use half the stuff I'm putting in the 911 because I put too much stuff in it. So no worries there. But let's go take it for a ride because I love these cars and I don't think the base Carrera gets enough love. These are so easy to get comfortable in. The seats move everywhere and they go really low, and then you've got a tilt and telescoping wheel which appears to be heated because it feels pretty toasty right now. I like that. Anyway, we can put it in drive. This one has a special optioned shifter, so it's not the bronze shaver version. It's actually got a little bit of leather here, but everything else, all the buttons are like nice knurled things, which is lovely. We do not have a front end nose lift on this car, but that's fine because it actually has reasonable ride height. So we're gonna go across the lawn and up and around. Please do not drive on this lawn if it's not a lawn event and you're instructed to do so. We've got special permissions today. But this is the Larz Anderson Auto Museum, and a lot of people just come here to walk their dogs. It's a park, but inside is all kinds of goods, man. There's so many cool cars. In fact, the LFA is in there right now as we speak. They've just repaved this, which I know I'm giving you too much information, but this is very exciting to me. This is the stuff that I'm really pumped about because driving around this museum in the past few years has been a little bit challenging in certain cars because there were potholes and stuff, and now it is very supercar friendly. This car also has a pretty nice sunroof situation. I love that this just kind of moves forward and aft. It's funny because these buttons here, I think it's in the same placement as you would have for a Targa or Cabriolet, but it controls the sunroof. So makes sense, good use of space, but also just kind of fun because it's like a lot of real estate for a sunroof. I'm gonna put the heated seats on because I'm a little chilly, and I might even throw on the headlights for good measure. Let's go into sport mode. You'll see that tachometer rise just a little bit because it wants to be a little more prepared. Oh, sorry, I got traffic behind me. We want to be respectful leaving the museum because we don't want to be those people. But we will get a chance to open this up a little bit more. Sounds good. Maybe we'll go to my old neighborhood as we... PDK is so fast, and PDK by the time we get to 992s is just genuinely dialed in. This car still has a little bit of snarling grunt to it. So when you get off throttle, you'll get a little bit of the pops and burbles, but not so egregious that it's going to be offensive. It's not like the BMW or Volkswagen boys that have tuned their cars to stage 3 to make it sound like there's some weaponry going off every time they lift off the throttle. However, this just gives you enough of a gurgle to let you know that there's some fun things going on with turbocharged pressure. Ooh, dog, 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 dog. Oh my goodness. good time to talk about the brakes. You do not need Porsche carbon ceramic brakes. They are fun to have. They are not fully necessary. Steel brakes will do the job, and they will avoid the dogs in the road. Oh my goodness. Also a good reason to respect the drive, because we could have been cooking down this road, but you know, we're being reasonable because we're stewards of the community. We want to be good doobies, and we don't want to kill the neighbors' dogs. It is fun to drive everywhere. You will never be bored in your 911. You will, in traffic, in the mountains, on the highway. It does all of it. Grooved pavement ahead, no problems. And I don't really care if you want to beep at me. I'm not going to tear the front of my 911 off because you want to go faster in your pickup truck toward a red light. That's all part of it, man. You just take your time, do your thing. Don't worry about everybody around you because you're in your Porsche. It's fine. Are you really going to tell me that that's not enough power for you? This thing, honestly, I think would be a real fun track day toy. I'd get an extra set of wheels and tires for it, put some extra sticky tires on it, and then just go see, like, could I make all the GT3 RS owners out on the racetrack feel like maybe they spent a little too much money and maybe should have some more driver training? Because I think this car could do some serious damage on a racetrack. Front of this car, it's so pointy, it's so sharp, it feels light. I know these aren't the lightweights they used to be, but somehow Porsche always made these cars just feel playful, and there's an intuitive dialed-inness, if there's any other way to say it. I'm sure there's a better way to say that, but I never question it. I just know that the car's going to do what I ask it to do. Being rear engine, of course they've pushed this engine as far forward as possible for balance, but when you get off the line, it still puts all that weight directly on those rear wheels and allows you to hook up, so you don't really need this to be all-wheel drive. And shut it down. We don't want to be rude. Hey, friend. Boring color. No offense, but this is better. So we're driving right now from Brookline out to Brighton. Brighton's a neighborhood of Boston, and we're going to drive through Boston College. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm thinking, like, imagine you're a college student who buys a few entries to win the car. You win the car, you win the cash, it pays for the taxes. Maybe you go to the Porsche Experience Center too if you win both. And now you get to, like, go to college in a 2024 911. I went to school and I thought I was hot with my 2003 quite used 350Z. This is better. The one thing Porsche missed was they don't let you do a rev when you pull both paddles. That should go to neutral. That's just the way it is. It's the way it should be. But that's okay. It's okay. We'll forgive them. This place is gorgeous. It's kind of like Hogwarts in Boston. But listen to, like, the raspiness. I think these people want to cross. We'll let them. I guarantee there's nobody looking at this car saying, oh, it's not the S. you can use more of this car more of the time than you can with a turbo or a Carrera S or anything like that. And because it's the rear-wheel drive version, it'll feel a little more playful, which to me is proper sports car stuff. So there's something about a base Carrera that just has like enthusiast written all over it. And I'm not just trying to sell you on this car. This is something that I've been thinking for a long time, especially in 992 generation, because in the past you were getting different engines, right? Like a base Carrera in 997 was a different engine than a Carrera S. You had a 3.6 versus a 3.8. Same with Caymans and Boxsters. You'd get that 2.9 versus the other engine, or was it 2.7? Dude, I can't even remember anymore. All I know is that the non-S used to feel neutered. It really did. It felt like it was less than. And when we get to 992 especially, base Carrera is actually pretty potent, pretty significant. The numbers have gone up, and we've got some serious juice on our hands. And if it's not enough juice for you, but you don't have the money to spare for the rest of it, higher trim levels, well, a tune goes a long way on these cars, because you can boost these things up to a staggering amount of power. So I'm sorry I'm giving you this speech behind a box truck, but like, this is the Brighton experience. And I also see a pretty cleverly spec'd out Fiat 500e over there. I think that's an E. Oh yeah, right over the curb. We're not going to do that because we would like to maintain the integrity and paint matchedness of our 20 and 21 inch wheels. Dude, this Integra has been here for like 10 years. Oh, that sounds so good. All right, we're gonna do the egregious 2-1 downshift. Look at that, we're having fun within the speed limit. That's the ticket. And actually, no, it's not the ticket. We won't be getting a ticket. All right, let's go take a run past my old apartment. Must do it for the nostalgia. So this is where I lived for many years. This is where I started the YouTube channel, right on this corner. Oh my goodness, anything good parked in the driveway? Nothing, absolutely nothing in the driveway. That's a bummer. Oh man. You telling me that's not enough for you? This thing rips, dude. This thing wants to rip the rear tires off under throttle. This is fantastic. Always turkeys crossing, man. We got a lot of wildlife today. We got dogs, we got turkeys. There's one straggler. It's really hard to beat the experience of driving this car, because one of the things I love about 911s is that they're usable sports cars in the sense that it's still a car. Like, it doesn't have this weekend only occasional vibe to it. There's great visibility. Anyone can get in this and just feel confident and comfortable. Even like the traction control systems allow for either danger if you'd like, but the car's always balanced, but it'll always save you. Like, if you leave stuff on, it's not so intrusive that you don't feel like you're driving the car, but it's also going to make sure that you don't do anything dumb. Oh, check out this 124, baby. Right over here at the Chestnut Hill Reservoir. Always see some cool old cars. There's a lot of like old money kind of houses out here, so people just like, they bought the Mercedes they wanted and they just kept them for 50 years. bumps. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna go the other way. I wanna go the crummiest way home. And this may give us an opportunity to check out the turning radius of this thing. It's probably not kosher to turn around right here, but I'm gonna do it anyway because there's no one behind us. Look at this. Oh, baby. Maneuverable. Yes. Sorry for the U-turn, Boston College. This is Cleveland Circle, by the way. This is where the marathon comes down and over these nightmarish train tracks for the Green Line. And then this is the killer, okay? Oh. But like, it's not chattering my teeth out. The seats are super supportive, but not too tight. So kind of no matter what size you are, these are gonna do the job. Porsches just make everything better. Everybody's on their phone at green lights, man. Pretty lovely horn. So for your Boston traffic, you'll be ready to go. So I hope you enjoyed what is essentially a Boston area morning commute in this 2024 Porsche 911 Carrera. That could be yours, but even if it's not, and you get some entries for the contest, at the very least, you've helped keep this museum alive. And for the locals, I know this means a lot, but even if you're not a Boston native, even if you live anywhere in the country that isn't here, this matters because car enthusiasm, car history, we got to hang on to it in some way. And this is the reason why I'm here driving this car today, because I really believe in this place and I really think that stuff like this can kind of promote what we love and appreciate. And the Larz Anderson Auto Museum has always been a big part of my life and my community here. And I want to share it with everybody. So sometimes that's through videos, sometimes that's through giving away a car. So be sure to hit the links below in the description or the pinned comments. There's probably going to be some discount codes so you can get more entries or this or that. But at the end of the day, please just think about donating to the museum, and hey, you might get a car out of it. So thank you guys so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Don't forget to respect the drive, and I'll see you in the next one. I know some of you are going to comment and you're saying, hey, that wasn't a very fast drive. You didn't do anything. Well, A, it's a morning commute, and B, one of you is going to be very happy about that because I took this car, I didn't thrash it, I didn't hurt it, and it might be yours. So whoever that is, maybe I'll leave like a little note in a Tedward sticker in the car. So when it gets delivered to you, you've got a memory that I took care of your baby and I didn't stack too many miles on it. Those are for you. Also, how cool is this? There's the car. Here's all the details. Win this 2024 Porsche 911 Carrera Coupe plus 30 G's in cash. Yeah, that's pretty rad.